having that sort of relationship, it makes students on both ends, I think, have to really kind of develop abilities at communicating with each other first off, right? In terms of what are the project goals, what do you need from either side? And these are rather open-ended projects, so it provides an opportunity for the Humber students especially to say to the Dania Game students, hey, I have these particular skills that I want to be developing here. How can I align those with what your work is, your project, and how can we kind of come together in the middle to create something together? And I think that's really important because it makes these students have to really develop these skills and coming up with ideas and being able to sell themselves and thinking about what would actually have an impact, what would be purposeful with what they create.
We've done it 2 times now. For the initial project, Kristopher made quite clear that these were students who wanted to participate in the project. And for our part, we handpicked students that we asked, or rather we nominated them to be part of the project. So we had highly motivated students on both ends. There was a bit of a discrepancy between what was at stake, because Kristopher's students, they had an exam based on the project, while ours supplied a previous exam project as case. So there was a bit of discrepancy, I can't pronounce that, between what was at stake. But our students, because they were nominated and being part of this project was something that they took quite seriously, because it wasn't for everybody to be part of it. And now their exam project was being used as a case for different students, which was something for them was more or less the same as winning a prize. So we had highly motivated students on each end. So it didn't surprise me that they wanted to figure out how to meet each other and help each other. Now they get to meet students with, I wouldn't say Canada and Denmark is especially different from each other, but still there's cultural difference, there's time zone difference, but also this asynchronous way of working where they had to work. Sometimes they could meet, and sometimes they would have to wait because of the time zones. But also that our students, their project was the case, so they were in some ways experts that needed another expertise to market their, in this case, games, but also that they had to adapt to a different culture and be able to communicate with a different culture, even though it's so on the surface similar. So the response from the students that we had participating is that this was really a great learning experience, because for them, they didn't have to contribute with more than their experience, and that's why I think they evolved as I wouldn't say as humans, but they evolved as a their professional identity in this project. I think that the opportunity of having our students meet each other with a concrete project has been one of the highlights, because this was something they could mirror themselves in, something that they could use afterwards. And I know for certain that our students have put it on their resume that they have had this collaborative work with a university from abroad. So that's one of the highlights. And it in economical terms, it hasn't been something we've invested a lot of time of money in, mostly our time, and I think what the outcome for the students has been really worth it.
And I think from my end, just having a relationship continuing with Dania Games, I think is great, because I had the opportunity to visit their campus and meet with their students and faculty, and it was a really fantastic place. And so it's great for students at Humber to be able to have some exposure to that as well. And I think it's also really good because this project works as an opportunity for Humber students to apply the skills they're learning in the program to video games. And there aren't many projects that they're working on in their courses that allow them to do that. So for students who particularly are interested in getting into the gaming industry, or they just have an interest and passion for games, this gives them the opportunity to make a project where they can take their skills they've learned in the program and apply it to that context. And that can also just help them to have an example of work like this that could allow them to get this sort of work in the future as well.